Assalamu alaikum student. Today we discuss the topic that is the RC AC circuit. Okay, in RC AC circuit we take the resistors R in series with the capacitor. Last lecture we discussed the RL series AC circuit in which we take the resistor R in series with the inductor. On this class we take the resistor R in series with the capacitor. So here we take the resistor R where that we take in series with the capacitor C and apply the source voltage V in RC series circuit. Okay, now we write about this diagram that here we take the consider a resistor, consider a resistor R and capacitor C connected in series to a source of AC voltage V as shown in diagram. Okay, second point we write about it. When voltage is applied, then the same current flow each of them because capacitor and resistance are in series. Okay, in the last we'll write that voltage across resistance R that is equal to VR is equal to IR. Here is the resistor, so voltage VR that is equal to IR. Similarly, the voltage across capacitor C, voltage across capacitor C that is become VC is equal to IXC. So here is the voltage across the capacitor that is equal to VC is equal to IXC. That is all about the RC series circuit when we connect in series. Okay. Another point we know that whenever the current is flow in the resistor R, both the voltage and current are in phase. Here is the current is flow in R circuit, so both voltage and current are in phase. When this current is passes through the capacitor C, then the current that is uh, lead the voltage by 90 degree. So here we write that in case of in case of resistor or voltage and current are in phase. When the voltage or current are in phase, so direction of the voltage across the resistor VR and current both are in the same direction. Okay, second we discussed in the capacitor. Whenever the current is flow in the capacitor, so current is always lead the voltage by 90 degree. So here we write that in case of capacitor C, current lead voltage by 90 degree. So whenever the current lead the voltage by 90 degree, so a phasor diagram it look like this. This is the phasor of the current and here is we draw the phasor of the voltage across the capacitor C. So here it shows that the current lead the voltage by 90 degree. This happens when the current is passes through the capacitor C. In the last lecture we discussed that whenever the current is passes through the inductor, so current is always lag behind the voltage. But in the case of capacitor, current is always lead the voltage by 90 degree. Now we calculate its resultant by phasor diagram. Okay, now move to the resultant voltage. Okay, first we draw the phasor diagram. Here we take the voltage across the resistor. Now take the current as a reference and we know that whenever the current is passes through the resistor, so voltage is in phase with the current. So this is the VR and when the current is passes through the capacitor, so voltage is always lag behind the current by 90 degree. So this is the phasor diagram of the voltage across the capacitor. Now we draw the resultant voltage. Resultant voltage, that is basically the applied voltage that is applied to the both circuit element, that is the resistor and capacitor. This is the resultant voltage. So here we write about the diagram. The voltage the voltage VC lag the current by 90 degree. So by head to tail rule, so by head to tail rule, the resultant applied voltage V, the resultant applied voltage V is equal to under root VR whole square plus VC whole square. So resultant voltage that is equal to IR whole square plus VC that is equal to Ixc whole square. So V is equal to I under root R square plus Xc square. This factor is known as the under root impedance. What is the impedance? Impedance, that is the combined opposition offered to both resistor and capacitor, that is combined opposition to the flow of the current, is known as the impedance of the circuit. Or this impedance is represented by Z. So here we write that V is equal to I Z. So we can find the impedance by applied voltage and the current that is passes through the circuit. That is the resultant voltage that was discussed. Second, we discuss the phase angle. Okay, now move to the phase angle. Okay, for the phase angle, first we draw the phasor diagram. In the reference axis, we take the current. Here we take the current, and we know that in the resistor current is in phase, and in the case of capacitor, that is lag behind the current, and that is the impedance of the circuit. Here is the angle phi. This is angle phi is known as the phase angle. The phasor diagram, the phasor diagram shows that the current lead the voltage, lead the applied voltage by angle phi. So the value of angle phi can be determined by the phasor diagram. The value of angle phi can be determined by phasor diagram, that is equal to tan phi is equal to perpendicular over base, perpendicular that is xc, and base that is the r. So phase angle can be found if we know the inductive reactance and resistance r. That is the all about the phase angle in RC AC circuit. Now we discuss the last topic, that is the power in RC series circuit. Okay, power in RC series circuit is actually consumed by resistor, not by capacitor, because capacitor is only stores and return energy, it does not consume power. So in the RC series circuit, so only real power is used. So here we write that in RC series circuit, in RC series circuit only resistor consume real power because current in resistor is in phase with voltage. Whenever the current is in phase with the voltage, it always consumes the power. So in the case of resistor, the voltage is in phase with the current, so it consumes power. But we discuss about the capacitor. The capacitor does not consume power, only store and return energy. So here we write that the capacitor does not consume power, consume power, only stores and return energy. So real power is, that is consumed by the resistor, that is equal to P is equal to V I cos phi. That is the all about the power in RC series circuit and phase angle. Crazy test क्या है? Hello, please. Yes, hi. Thank you so much for watching my video. Crazy क्या बात करनी है? पूरा नेम नहीं मेंशन, ओनली crazy. Crazy, quickly text what you want to say.